All right, so I forgot to turn on my mic again as usual, but we are here. We're ready. If you haven't already tuned out due to me just showing my face and not saying anything for a million years, we're live. We're here. In fact, I'm even going to turn on my desktop audio in case my guest wants to talk over this intro. We have the much vaunted appearance, the first ever appearance on Dirty Rectangles Presents a Puzzling Game of Derek Ledoux, who is playing around with his headphones right now. I think he might have some problem where he can't hear me properly.
I'm trying to confirm that the audio is going out to the stream right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe because I have it in... Hold on, I'm going to leave studio mode. No, it should be fun. Anyway, yes, we have Derek on the show today. We're going to be talking about the adventures of Lolo 3 with him and the Lolo series in general. And we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to, since we're so delayed now for me forgetting to turn on all my volume things, I'm just going to go right to the intro. So we'll see you after the intro.
Drake? What? Where's...
Goes right there. See, I drew it with...
You were supposed to cut it out with the...
Dude, I'm gonna...
Oh, really?
Yes!
So go get the...
Okay, I will. I see the problem.
Oh, do ya?
Alright. There we go. So I've got my desktop audio on, I've got my mic on, so everything should be good to go, Derek.
Hello, hi, I'm here.
You're over there in the corner.
I'm wearing two sets of headphones here.
I didn't change the
doing some AV
number.
news.
I didn't change the number on my title sequence, so it still says 6. So now this is an inaccurate episode. I'll have to refilm this later, but we'll do a dress rehearsal, and then that way we'll know what to say next time when we do this properly.
We can make this 6B or something like that.
We'll make this 6B, 6D for Derek.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that the audio is coming through on the stream.
No? Here, let me check on my side.
I don't know.
Should be. I mean, I've done this before, and it's always.
I don't
come
hear
through.
anything coming through these headphones here. I used to.
Let me
Your
see
music
what's
used to work.
Hold on. Twitch. Sorry, folks.
I'd start a conversation, but I'm not sure if they can hear us.
No, it's totally coming through. Oh, wait, okay. Was that you talking to me now?
Hello, hi. This is me talking to you now.
Okay, so stop talking so I can hear if we're talking on the phone. Stop talking so I can hear if we're talking on the phone. Stop talking so I can hear if we're talking. Yeah, it's definitely working on the stream. I just turned it on and it's going.
Well, this is great. Good start.
All right.
I'll just take off my headphones
cool.
and assume everything's fine.
Anyway.
Hi, James. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and you got my name up there and everything too. This is a fancy little setup you got going on here.
Very professional, right? I mean, look at how smooth everything goes. But at least everything looks cool.
So I hear, James, you've been playing some Lolo.
You have heard this. You've maybe seen it on your screen while you were uploading it, or at least the name of the files. You've probably set the category on the video to the correct game.
I may know the average time of each of those videos, but I'm excited to be here for this. I love this game. Which one are we playing here today? 3?
3.
Okay. Awesome.
So I picked 3. I picked 3 fairly randomly. This is what I've been playing the whole time. But yeah, I picked 3 fairly randomly just because I was like, I've never played any of the Lolo games. I've always seen them sort of in the periphery and stuff like that, but I've never actually played them. When I was younger, I guess they just didn't really appeal to me very much, or I found them confusing, or just like my initial playing of them, I don't know, turned me off for some reason. Like I couldn't figure them out or something like that quickly enough to start playing them. And then I just never really looked back at them again. But they stuck out in my mind and I remembered them after I started getting interested in sort of this little like subgenre of games that is like this, which is just sort of these like top-down puzzle games where you have like vaguely like a grid of like sort of game mechanics, like everything generally takes up like a little square, and you have just sort of a puzzle game where you're trying to solve the level. You're trying to like collect all of a thing, or like open a door or something like that, or do something like this.
Like maybe limited moves or something on top of that as well too.
Yeah, they tend to be either turn-based or sort of like functionally turn-based in some way. So I'd say Lolo is actually a very classic example of the genre in that it's not actually technically turn-based. Like it's fairly real-time, and there's like a lot of like real-time elements to it and stuff like that. Although they tend to be kind of like state-based. Like you have sort of like enemies that only come to life like after a certain thing happens and that kind of stuff. And otherwise it's like it still kind of gives you this system of like you interact with things on kind of like a square by square basis, and as you kind of move to a certain square, certain things happen. Like the Medusa heads kill you in real time, but they kill you in real time because you moved into a square that they can see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So the first thing I played was this game that hasn't come out yet by this guy in Germany, Otto. He made this game called Puzzle Depot, which I'm in love with. I think it's great.
Yes, I know Puzzle Depot. I don't think I've actually played that, but I'm familiar with that one.
It's really good. It's basically, to use an old 90s marketing term, it's like Sokoban on steroids, in that it has a lot of mechanics. It's really, really fun, though. It has like a great little narrative to it, this kind of like Half-Life style narrative to it of like a catastrophe happening and all this stuff, but with this sort of a tongue-in-cheek joke of the fact that you're just like a guy who pushes around boxes in a warehouse. But like the warehouse you work at is like the Black Mesa
There is a
warehouse,
sense
basically.
of so in a lot of these puzzle games, and a lot of the ones that I like as well. We could get into these in a little bit too. There is that like recurring theme of monotony in the story sometimes, where it's like, oh, you're just doing this thing over and over and over again, and it comes with the fact that like usually in these puzzle games you're doing 30 or something levels that are all kind of similar, just to like ingrain like a certain mechanic or something like that, because there's so many fucking levels.
Right.
And because you're doing them over and over and over again, and like you're just like, you mess up, you do it over, you mess up, you do it over, you mess it up, you do it over. I love that sort of I guess metaphor with something like Puzzle Depot, that idea of just like, yeah, you're just pushing boxes around over and over and over again, right?
Yeah, that's all you do every level.
I don't want to go super deep into like a bunch of other puzzle games, because we should definitely get into this. But the other one that springs to my mind immediately after talking about something like that is Steven's Sausage Roll.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of that.
I haven't tried that out yet.
Fantastic!
I might put that
it's
on the
so
list.
good.
I don't know how many of
definitely
these I'm
should.
going to end up playing. I mean, I've sort of been trying to think of like what do I want to do, because I do want to play Lolo. Like I haven't gotten bored of Lolo, but maybe I am getting to kind of like the end of the mechanics that I need to explore with it, and I could move on to
Lovely
another
one.
game soon.
Let's load this up. Load this up. Show me some Lolo.
Well, it's a tricky thing because there's a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, and just a little bit of setup I want to do for what I wanted to discuss with you about this game. But at the same time, I do want to play Lolo, but then because of the nature of the kind of game that it is, it's hard to like play it and then talk, and then so I kind of set this up as like Derek's probably going to do most of the talking, because I'm probably not going to be able to give him that much back, because I'm going to be trying to play Lolo and it takes up a lot of brain power. But the reason I started playing these was because I never liked these games until I played one, and then I liked it. And what I mean by that is that with Puzzle Depot, and then I think that Mole Mania was another one that I played, very similar game that has a very unique take on this kind of style, but it's definitely in this style. I haven't played Baba Is You yet, but I want to play that as well, and some other ones. But I had a lot of fun playing those two games and actually beating them. And I feel it's because these games are very different, I think, than most games, or at least most games that I played as a kid, like the games that I gravitated towards liking. I think it gives a different kind of, it exercises a different part of our brain, and I think that we like playing them and want to keep playing them for a different reason than what is sort of at least the introductory reason that we start playing other games. And this is my hypothesis, and I need to do more research on this and look into this more, but this is sort of what I'm trying to explore with these, is the idea that in a lot of other games, you have fun just kind of like actually doing the mechanics and getting better at them and sort of acquiring more skill at them. And so it's more a case of sort of like you form certain connections in your brain when you learn the mechanics of the game. And then now the fun is in sort of like strengthening those pathways, strengthening those connections, getting a better grasp on them, which I think, you know, evolutionarily is fun for us in order to encourage us to do it because it's a good thing for us to do, right? Whereas Lolo, I feel like, and the other games in this genre, I feel like they are very different in that they are not really like inherently fun until you solve a level. And then that action of solving the level, that is fun. That kind of feeling of like,
right,
oh, I'm getting the hang of this. You know what I mean? Which is definitely a feeling that you have in other games, but Lolo is like, in this genre, I feel like it really zooms in and really narrows in on that feeling of forming a new connection in your brain, of sort of having these mechanics and then having to learn a new association of them that you didn't consider before, that then gives you the solution to the puzzle that you're currently on. And I feel like that is the moment when these games are the most fun, and that's what you kind of get hooked on when you play them, is that feeling of, oh, I figured it out. And it's interesting because it's like a lot of games try to stay away from that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of games, they don't want to be solved. They want to sort of put enough layers of complexity in that they feel like you can't solve them. You know what I mean? Whereas these games are like the opposite. They're completely designed to be solved. And so they have almost like no replay value unless you just haven't played it for a long time and forgot. You know what I mean? Because it's like once you know the solution to the puzzles, you've kind of gotten everything, all the fun that you can get out of it. You know what I mean? Unless you just get amnesia or you just forget because you haven't played for a long time. Now you can reform those connections of that kind of thing. So that's sort of my hypothesis with this. And I thought it was interesting to play these to sort of see, you know, is this a mechanic that we can intentionally put in our other games? Because I feel like we do already, just sort of like heuristically and without even really thinking about it that analytically. But I find it very interesting that this genre, it definitely has like a different feel. It's like other games, it's like there's more lubrication on the fun gears. Whereas with this, it's like a real hard gear shift of like, you just got to stare at it and be frustrated until, oh, I got it. I figured out this level.
Clicks.
You know what I mean? And it clicks. Yeah. So it's like it's like a harder ask on players, but it's like, it's very like satisfying once you get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Cause like, yeah, this I don't know if I'd say this game is fun to play. And that's like, that's the thing, right? Like it's exactly what you said. Like it's about finding the wall, your wall, hitting it head on, and then bashing your head into it until you get through it, basically. And then the moment you get through it, you're just filled with all these endorphins, and you're like, oh yeah, that was great. It's more like you're just chasing this like high or this rush or something like that, like a skydiver or something, like an adrenaline junkie, more than it is like chasing the mastery of the mechanics. Because I find in a lot of this, what you're doing is you're stumbling onto solutions in a lot of ways, because you're just doing things over and over and over again. You know, you're pushing that box around the factory, right? Look at that guy.
So for anyone who hasn't played Lolo before, that was like a terribly uncharacteristic first level for me to show them if they've never watched any of the rest of the series. That was a boss level. I didn't even know what to do because I'm just like, well, it gives me infinite shots.
Kicked his ass is what
My
you did.
shots don't seem to be doing anything, but I guess I'll just keep shooting him. And it worked. So puzzle solved.
Where are we right now in the game? What level?
I think the next one is now 5, yes.
Level 5. Okay.
Level 5.
So there's 100 World 5. Yeah, there's 100 levels.
There seems to be about,
I think.
I don't know, like 5 or 10 in each little
Then-
level thing. Rooms,
Yeah,
I
so
should say.
that's right. So there's 100 levels. Most of them only have 5 rooms. A few of them have 10 rooms. But then you get to the end, basically. Yeah, so look at this. You know what you're doing. You're a Lolo pro.
Well, see, this is what I mean. Now I gotta start playing a level while I'm trying to talk. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. But whatever. I'll just
part of the fun.
I'll try to beat this by attrition. I'm just gonna die a lot, and I'm gonna try to beat this by attrition.
That's the point, right? That's kind of what they want you to do. I mean, so like, let's go history. I played this game.
Yeah.
I played this game a little bit when it came out.
So sorry, what
I
you
got
first
a little bit
started
of history
saying
there.
What you first started saying, I was like, oh, that was great. You went right into what I wanted you to in saying, when you said, I didn't think playing these games was that fun. And I thought that was great because that is a perfect transition into why I wanted to have you on the show. And what I wanted to ask you is, you played these games as a kid?
Yeah. I didn't get very far as a kid. I played it a bit as a kid in order to like know it. Like, so when it came out, when I started getting into like, I was like older, and I'm like, oh, let's just go play some ROMs or whatever. The game, the box art stuck out. You know, I picked it in, I put it in. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this a little bit. So like, I played it a little bit when I was a kid, but really the most time that I spent with it was probably between like 17 and early 20s or something.
Okay.
Playing it a little bit later, and then like when I first moved out of my house and I was living with some roommates at the time, we played the fuck out of this. To be fair, this is an excellent like pass the controller kind of game. If you just want to like idly have a game on in the background and chat with your friends, like we're literally doing right now.
Right.
But when you're frustrated because you've hit that wall so many times, you're like, I don't want to do this level again. You pass the controller over to your buddy, right? and then away you go, and that's how you spend your night. So I've definitely have a lot of experiences with Lolo like that. 3 is probably the one I've played the least.
Okay.
This is interesting because it's got like the 2 characters, and there's I think like this it's like a bridge mechanic, I think. So there's like a bridge thing that you can walk over only twice or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of tools. There's like 3 different ones. There's like a bridge, a hammer for breaking rocks, and a switcher that switches those arrow squares.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't think it was fun. It was passive, and it felt great when you got through a level, right? It's that completionist itch kind of thing more than it is, hey, I'm having fun learning these mechanics. Maybe that's just me, and maybe once you get deeper into learning the mechanics of this, you could actually really pick it up or whatever. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. You got this. Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
But
I almost had that. I should have had
you
that.
got.
I got. I'll figure it out. Yeah,
You ever
because
play?
for me,
I
it's
have a
like.
question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
This might be a tangent, but did you ever play growing up Chips Challenge?
Yes, I did play Chips Challenge, but not very much.
Chips Challenge would probably be the first game that got me into this style of game, and I think it fits in that style, where it's the same type of thing where you're just throwing your head against the wall, trying to figure out these levels with some basic mechanics that you understand, and then it throws a million levels at you, basically, right? Instead of that like traditional game design method of like, let's just slowly keep iterating and pushing up and making things incrementally harder. The fact that there's like hundreds of levels kind of makes that a lot tougher. It makes you hit more of those walls where you're like, I just want to put this game down for 17 years and not come back to it.
I should have done that faster.
Von Worms in the chat is wondering what game this is. This is Adventure of Lolo 3.
Yeah, so
what are we playing this on?
We're just playing this on an emulator.
This is the NES, the NES version.
Yeah,
I think it just only came out on NES.
Well, the series
It's
a pretty long-running series, and so like a lot of games from that time, there was originally versions of it for like Japanese computers, like for early Japanese micros. So like the MSX, I think probably had a version, or the PC-88 or something like that. And so the original Famicom one, I don't remember exactly what the deal with this one is, but the original Famicom one was sort of like a collection of, I think, a couple of the old computer ones.
That's cool.
Just sort of like amalgamated into one game, yeah. All right, what did I want to do here? I wanted to go here and push this before he spawns. So I'm gonna go...
There you go.
Can I get back there before he hatches, though? Or is he gonna kill my ass? Ah, fuck. I think I could have made that. I'm gonna try that again.
I can't hear the sounds of the game over on my end, so I'm just gonna make them up as I go every now and then.
Okay. Oh, I should have maybe just streamed this or something for you. But then that's
all
gonna
good.
mess up my my setup. Yeah, sorry. If we do this again, I'll make it more enjoyable for you, Derek.
I have heard enough of these sound effects in my life. It's all good. Von Worms in the chat. According to Wiki, this is Adventures of Lolo Land 2 in Japan. They did one of those things. Adventures of Lolo Land 2. Wait a minute. Then what did they call Adventures of Lolo 2? Would that have been Adventures of Lolo Land? And then they sequeled that as 2? Is this like a Rocky
Oh no! I'd have
First
to
Blood
go
Part
on
2
the,
kind of thing?
I'd have to go on the wikis to get more comprehensive information on this.
I'd confirm that data, but it's more fun if we don't know. We just make it up as we go. At least by Hal, yeah. Shout out Hal.
Oh, I can do this first. I'm an idiot. I can just do this first. Is he gonna come out right away if I do that? No. I'll be fine. See, these guys can't walk on the grass. Forever be walking home. I had an interesting thing. These glass squares, I'm not sure if they're supposed to be... They look different depending on what level you're in. And my idea was that they are actually like a miniature version of the room that you're in inside of the box, like sort of like an Escher like situation of like they're depicting the room that you're currently in, but they're also in each of these little boxes. But I think I read on the Wikipedia that they're meant to be a mirror block, and so what they're doing is they're reflecting the level around them, and so that's why they look different depending on what level you're in. They're sort of themed based on the level that you're in, so that they look somewhat possibly like they are, reflecting the stuff around them, even though the levels are different. Like whatever the, like you know how the bushes and stuff like that change depending on like what level you're in.
Right.
It's like the blocks
I kind
will
of
look
prefer.
different because of that.
I kind of prefer your nightmare solution, but this is
my
smaller
mushroom
room
trip
side of it.
version. Yeah, my mushroom trip version
Yeah.
is better.
Okay, you gotta open this chest, bud.
Yeah, I know. I gotta. I'm scared. These guys look scary. My favorite guys are those little devil guys. Those guys are cool. All right.
2,
There we go.
3,
Easy.
4. Get out of here! Look at that. Now we're
Save
moving.
my stater.
5-2.
All right. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah. So, see, this is what I mean. It's tough. I didn't know how this was gonna go because I have to play, but then I also just really wanted to talk to you about these games. Maybe I can talk to you after the show. But
Hey, things will come up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I want to do both. I want to see some Lolo, refresh my mind. Oh yeah. There's like, you can see the influences of other games in here too, right? Like, there's a lot of Spelunky in here even. When you dig into like the little basic mechanics and like some of even the
I should have
like
had coffee instead of beer.
the shooting thing, right? Not to say that Lolo invented the shooting trap, but there's some clear call-outs for sure.
All right, so that's that. There. There's gonna be that guy.
There you go. What does that arrow do again?
It just means that you can only walk in that direction off of it.
Yes.
Or you can only walk onto it from that direction? I can't remember. I could go try it out now, but I gotta block off stuff first.
You're doing good.
And then I think I need to use some more of these blocks. Oh,
Yeah,
another
Steven
one.
Sausage Roll is really interesting. I think you'd dig that game a lot. You should definitely put that one on your list.
Yeah, I'll try that out. I have a bunch of others I want to play. There's a brand new game, like almost brand new. It's maybe like a month old now, called Dumpy and Bumpy. That seems very similar as well. That just came out on Steam. That I
Yeah.
want to try. That has like nice graphics and stuff. But yeah, I thought that like, I think the Puzzle Depot is really good. I think that Mole Mania, if you've never played that, it's a Game Boy game. Shigeru Miyamoto was like a producer on it or something, but it feels like oddly underpolished for like a Nintendo release. And I think it's released by either HAL or like one of their other like not quite Nintendo but basically Nintendo like sort of entities. It's like, I feel like the pacing of it is a little off. It takes a little long to introduce all of the mechanics, and that makes the first world kind of boring, in my opinion. But it's very interesting. One neat, like the main sort of gimmick of it is that, so like pretend you're playing Lolo, now pretend that you can dig into the ground and there's like another layer underneath that doesn't have as many level elements to it, but you can like get past walls and stuff like that on the main board by kind of going underneath and figuring stuff out. So that's sort of like the main gimmick.
Cool.
Another little gimmick that it has that I like is that all of the rooms are kind of on like a map, and you're actually like literally traversing between them by getting the door open each time. And also, by going underground, sometimes you can travel around to other screens that you haven't actually been to yet or been to in the past, and you can like find other things on the map, like there's like a bonus level every world and all this other kind of stuff. So it has this neat kind of like map exploration aspect to it, as well as solving the individual one-screen puzzles like this has, which is pretty neat. Anyway, I thought those were really good. I knew that coming back to play Lolo, I was going to run into like, you know, the era of this like sort of video games sort of situations. Like, my main complaint with Lolo is that some of the mechanics are a little bit inscrutable. Like, you just have to kind of know. Like, the classic example in these games of this is that you would think, like, there I collected a heart and I got 2 bullets, right? You would think, oh, you collect a heart, you get 2 bullets. Nope. Maybe you remember this from when you were a kid. Getting bullets is just randomly put in some of the heart containers, and the ones that give you bullets look exactly the same as the ones that don't. So you just have to figure out on each room individually which ones give you bullets and which ones don't, right? There's like another mechanic where it's like if I killed certain enemies and they respawned, if I stood where they were going to respawn, they would respawn in a new spot than they would normally respawn. But that doesn't always happen.
Oh, interesting.
There's other rooms where that doesn't happen, but there's rooms where it does, and that's how you solve the room, is by causing these guys to respawn in a new spot. So the point is, I'm describing mechanics that they're not very intuitive, and I was trying to figure out, like, why don't I like that? Like, that's an interesting choice. Let's have some mysterious mechanics. That could be fun. Everybody likes mystery, don't they, Derek? But I was like, why don't I like it? And I was thinking that it's like, it's because it's wrecking what I'm hypothesizing is kind of fun about these games, which is forming those new connections in your mind, right? If there's a mechanic that's just completely out of left field, and you had no reason to anticipate it or expect it, and it doesn't sort of logically follow from things you've done prior, then that feeling of forming a new connection between 2 pieces of information in your brain, which I think is what feels good about these games, that is kind of lost, because now you're not forming a new connection between 2 things. You're just getting a new piece of data into your brain, which it doesn't have that same feeling. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing going on, like, biologically in your brain.
Well, as we established at the top of this video, this game is not very fun to play. That's not why we're here. It's fun to get past those walls, right?
Yeah.
And there's like a few things I think that are interesting to unpack there, and a lot of it comes from, okay, let's talk about Lolo. And Lolo came out in this Lolo came out in 1991. Like the original Lolo, I think, came out in 87, 88 or something. These are products of a time, right, where a game either came out on a console and it was like the main game that a kid played for the better part of a year, or a game came out in an arcade and it was designed with that in mind. Like, this is clearly not a quarter eater or a quarter arcade. As much as this would eat quarters, no one would stick around with this unless they just happen to know the exact path through everything. Like, someone would come in here, try the first level, die immediately, and be like, well, I'm not putting another quarter in that bitch. It's just going to destroy your quarters too much. It's not meant for that. It's meant for that home use where you're like, I'm dead, I'm starting again. I don't care. It's Saturday. I got nowhere else to be. And there's that level of discoverability there that's there, right? And at the time, in like the 80s and the 90s, when you look at those games that were coming out in the home consoles, they were so vastly different from what you were getting in the arcade. So that's when you get your like, even like Simon's Quest or something, right? Where it's this completely obtuse adventure platformer where you have to discover all these mechanics and nothing is written in stone and things are just weird for the sake of being weird, and fuck you, figure it out. You could almost make the connections between something like that in this, and then, like, you know, the shithawk gamer in you might go, and then that led all the way to Dark Souls. and that whole idea of like just blatantly discovering mechanics and falling into things and dying a million times and not understanding things, but then they happen and you're like, I think I get that, but I don't know. But like, yeah, I think at the time there wasn't also a whole lot of home puzzle adventure games like this.
Right.
Like this was a fairly defining game at the time. The only other, I'm probably not the best person for this, I'm no historian, but the only other big game that I could think of that is similar to this, other than the three of these, is like Chip's Challenge. That was also like maybe 90 something, like early 90, I think, right? I should look that up. I got a thing. Chip's Challenge. Chip's Challenge came out in. Come on, internet. 89. That was a long time ago.
I'm not paying attention.
I feel like I had some more points there that I wanted to make.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like the thing I was thinking of with this game is just that, you know, I've played these other games that came out way later. Like Otto's game is definitely based on like Chip's Challenge and a lot of these games, and definitely builds on them. And we have that advantage now, you know what I mean? Like, we can make way better games now if we try, because we have this like huge platform to start off on of these games we've played in the past that, you know, we know what was fun about them, we know what was not fun about them. Like, someone's already made a whole prototype to kind of do a proof of concept for us, you know what I mean? A completed game that released. So we're able to get way more refined games out now if we go back to an existing genre like this, right? So it's no you know, it's no slight against the makers of Lolo to say that, oh, it has some mechanics that are a little bit inscrutable, etc., but it's just playing newer, better takes on this genre. It's given me a taste for them, so now I can go back and I can play one that's a little bit awkward, and I still have a lot of fun because I don't need it to be any better than it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what I like about these games, and I can kind of just get it out of this game. It's like, if you haven't had sushi before and you take somebody to like a sort of bad sushi restaurant, they're not going to like it and they're going to think they hate sushi. But if you've had really good sushi, you can go to like a kind of crappy place and you can like still kind of enjoy it because it's still kind of giving you what you wanted. And you're like, oh yeah, sushi, I haven't had that for a while. And you can be like, this place isn't very good, but you're still eating it. You know what I mean?
Okay. If I don't know if I'd quite compare Lolo to bad sushi, unless it was like bad all you can eat sushi. In which case, that's never super bad. I'm always down for all you can eat sushi.
Yeah. I think there was a time where I was, not so much anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I almost got killed there. All right, so
yeah, that was real close.
That was a
classic mistake. Classic mistake. Okay.
Sorry,
so
I'm gonna get brutalized by this level because I'm, you know, trying to talk about why I'm making these more than play this level.
It's all good. Okay. Get over there, put that in front of that guy's face.
I'm gonna get this heart. I mean, that always, you know, it makes you feel like at least you won a moral victory. You got a heart container. Alright, put that there for now.
Perfect.
Seems like kind of a waste of it, honestly, but put it there for now. Okay, put that there.
Did they shoot behind their heads as well too? I forgot.
The pink guys?
No, the like the Medusa statues. Did they shoot behind their
They
heads
shoot
as
in
well?
every direction.
Every direction, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I have to block
There you
him.
go.
I have to block him on this side, but I don't know what I'm gonna block him with. Now we have this guy that's walking around. He seems very conspicuous to me, like he maybe does something.
You'll use him as an egg to probably block that Medusa guy, right? So like you'll move that bottom green block to the left or right, grab the heart, and just ace this guy with one of your shots.
It's just I can't get that heart until I have a block in here. You know what I mean? Like I need a block in there, and then I can get the heart. But until then, I'm always gonna get killed by the Medusa head if I try to get it.
Oh, that one. Well, no, I meant the one down. Like swing back and get the other heart down below.
Yeah. And then the other thing is I have to block off this pink guy because otherwise I'm never gonna be able to get the thing out of the chest because he shoots a fireball out once all the hearts are collected. So I have to like block this spot, or I can egg him.
I
There's a bunch of
think.
options.
Okay, yeah, go all the way down, and then stop here for a second. So what if the green block on the bottom of these three that we're looking at here, we move that all the way to the right? Now, don't do it just yet, because what you're gonna have to do is like maybe scoot it like one block to the right, not to the left, but to the right. You go get that heart that's right above you, like immediately to the one block and to the left. You shoot this guy to turn him into an egg. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Get the hell out of here. And then you take one of those green blocks, move it all the way up to the side so you can try and grab. No, that might not work.
See, what I'm thinking is I need to get him to chase me and then egg him in such a way that then I can move him into position.
Yes. Now we're talking.
But the tricky thing is that once I'm on here, once I'm on here, oh no, I can't walk off the top, so that's fine. You just can't walk into it. Okay. So it's like if I can get him to come here in front of me, I just don't know what he's gonna do. I guess once I'm here, I can just egg him in front of me and then push him down. That's not gonna work though. I need to get a way to push him down into that spot.
Or, yeah.
Because the problem is this pink guy's always blocking me. But maybe I don't have to get him at all. Maybe I can just use my shots to kill the pink guy completely, and then that will allow me to push the block down. But, okay, I at least need one other one, because I need this one.
Yeah.
Because I need to block that there, so I can get this. But what I'm thinking is that I push one of these over. The problem is, this guy's gonna fucking come after me.
Yeah, so you need to make your path that you're gonna follow here, figure it out before you grab that heart.
Although I
So
only
you're gonna loop all the way.
I only need one shot for him. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking that I would need two shots to
That's
just completely
blocking
kill that
your.
guy.
Oh wait, never mind.
No, that's fine. I will.
Well, he's blocking your door now.
Yeah, but I'll be able to
Oh,
get
the gem will kill him. The gem will kill him when you open up the chest.
because I definitely have to shoot this guy, I think. Or maybe I didn't have to. I don't know. Anyway, the reason I moved him over is because now I can go around, but I just have to not get killed by this guy.
Oh.
Oh fuck! He doesn't block it anymore. That's tough.
Lolo, no.
I think I'm maybe on the right track though.
What are their names again? Lolo and
Lolo and
Lilo? Lala. Huh.
Yeah, so my first encounter with these characters is actually from the Kirby games. So these games are made by HAL Labs, which are the same company that made the Kirby games. and in a lot of the early Kirby games, and some of the later ones too, Lolo and Lala act as a boss, where they push these little boxes around that you can suck up and spit at them, and they go into doors.
What?
Am I blowing your mind right now, Derek? Do you not know that Lolo and Lala were in the Kirby game? Oh, they've been in the Kirby games. Don't you worry.
I literally, oh wow, I literally just replayed Kirby on Super Nintendo with my kid, and we fought them, and now I realize that was them.
That's them. That's Lolo and Lala. She has the bow and everything.
Holy shit, that's cool. Okay, well that makes sense. That's great. I'm glad it came on this show.
Hell Labs might actually be my favorite Nintendo studio. I mean, it's hard to tell who was there at what times and stuff like that. I mean, really, like, it's just certain teams that I like. Like, I love the original team of Kirby's Adventure, which is, like, the second Kirby game they ever made. It's the one for the NES. But I think that's the best one they ever made. Although, I'm a big fan of Superstar as well. And I haven't played some of the more recent ones, like that Planet Robo whatever one. That one seems really cool, too.
I don't know that one. Hal's got a good track record though. Like it's like you say, when you stack them up and just look at their properties that they've produced. Like who's to say what the development culture there is like and how long people actually stay there or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Japanese game development even looks like, and I wish I knew more about that.
Yeah.
But when you just look at like the actual properties that they've produced since the 80s, it's insane.
Well,
that would be like,
there's this
I assume that's where people at Nintendo go to have fun, basically, because like all the proper Nintendo stuff is controlled by the powers that be, basically.
The there's a website called Scanlations or something like that they do old scans of like old Japanese video game magazine interviews and stuff like that, and then they translate them into English. And so there's a really good one on the Kirby's Adventure team. It's really interesting. There's like a programmer, I think like a couple of programmers, the guy that did the music, and then there's like the one artist that kind of came up with the whole concept for the game, and then there's another artist who just drew the backgrounds. And what he did was he designed all the levels by just drawing the backgrounds like on paper, basically, and then they went through and they created tile maps so they could like recreate his like hand drawings of what the levels should look like for that game. And if you play that game, it really shows. Like, it really seems like interpretations of like just somebody's hand drawing of like, oh, this is going to be this level, this is going to be the next level. And his ideas for a lot of the levels was like, he wanted it to be like going on vacation. Like, he wanted there to be like landmarks and like vistas and like these important parts and stuff like that. I love that game. Like, the transitions that some of the levels go through, like in the Ice Cream Islands, there's like this level that goes from like, hanging out on the beach to like doing some other stuff, but it's basically like, it starts off like on the beach, and then in the middle of the level you're now like sort of in a forest, but you can see the water like in through the trees, but you're kind of like in the shade, so it's like, it's really evocative of like a real place, because it's like, I think we've all been to go swimming somewhere at some point, and then we've maybe gone into the woods that are near the beach to cool off or something, and yeah, it's like shady there, but you can still see the water and you can still maybe hear the people at the beach, and like that whole like sequence of that level, it's just really great. It's really evocative of that kind of like real lived experience. You can tell was like the inspiration for making that level look the way that it does. It's really fun.
Can I make a confession
What?
to you, James, and to the internet? I can't swim.
You can't swim?
I'm working on it. All right.
When you're a kid, you can still go to the beach without swimming. You just go into the water not too deep.
Yeah, exactly.
You play on the
you
sand.
Just say, "Oh, I just ate something real big, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hang out over here. You guys have fun. I'll jump in a bit." And then you come up with some other excuse.
All right, I'm gonna jack this guy, and then I'm gonna go up here, and then I'm gonna go around, and before he spawns, I'm gonna go. No, wait, that's not gonna work at all. I don't know what I'm saying.
He's quick.
I know. I know. I think I know it. No, fuck.
I feel like you were really close last time.
I'm really close. I'm right
But
on the
then,
cusp.
so like, you should do everything that you did before up until the point where you release this guy. Because I think we just need to plan out where you're gonna run, what you're gonna do before you let out the hounds, basically.
I think I just need to get rid of that pink guy entirely and not try to egg this guy at all, and then just run, because
That's an idea.
But it's just the problem is I have to get a block up there and I have to push it down without this guy killing me, and that's hard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. Although, no, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I think I have this solved. One of the things with these games, and I haven't run into it yet on this level. Like, I'm not stumped on this level. I'm just having trouble with this level because there's a lot of things that can kill you, and they keep killing me. But one of the feelings that you have in these games, and one of the things that these games kind of train you to do, I feel like, is when you're stumped, it's usually because you've made some assumption that just ain't true. You know what I mean? And so you're operating on this false foundation that is preventing you from finding the solution because you've just got something wrong. And that's very important to learn as a programmer, but it's probably important to learn in general for people, that it's just like, if you're banging your head on something, you can't figure it out, think, is there something that I'm just taking for granted that maybe is actually wrong? And that's what is screwing me up.
This is, and maybe this is interesting. This might open up some more deeper conversations about these games, because that is like the crux of these games, is that you get stuck because you're doing these levels over and over and over and over and over again. You get stuck into these small little pathways that you think work, right? You're like, this gets me here. I know this works. I'm going to take this one step forward onto this tile, then this tile, then this tile, and like mark it down even like that, right? You're like, I have my route. I got my run. I know how to get to this spot at the very least. But maybe that very, very first turn is what fucks you up. And the fact that you turn left every single time to get things going is actually what sets off this chain of events that makes it so you'll never actually complete this level, right? And sometimes it does get as granular as that. And you're just like tripping yourself up on all these later game things when it's like, actually you messed up way back when. And it was the only option for solving this level, and here we are. Ooh, I see what you did here. That's interesting. Did you do that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing that the whole time.
Okay.
I keep forgetting about that last
one.
Okay.
You got cocky.
I'm going to remember this time. I'm staring at this block right here, and I know that's the one that has to go up here. So we're not going to make that mistake again. This is just dumb mistakes. Sorry, anybody, if anybody's actually watching this. I will not make any of these dumb mistakes anymore. All right. We go up here.
But like, you
push this one.
You're going through these motions. You're going through these routines. You're going through these patterns, right? It's the same thing over and over again. This, like, I said it as a joke earlier, but the more I think about it, this is like a very Dark Souls-esque game, right? Where you're kind of just like,
did I mess myself up? No. This will fix it.
Throwing yourself against the wall, trying to figure out what the solution is.
There we go. I'll just use this one instead. I'm doing it a slightly different way than I normally do. Shit. No, wait, that's fine. I'll put that there. Put that there. Put that there. All right.
Yeah.
So we got this, and then my idea was that I'm pretty sure that we have to move this guy over. So I think I do
or
need
kill him.
One there, but I don't think I have two to spend, because what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to egg him and then watch this. Didn't expect. Oh fuck! I screwed myself though. I did that out of order. Sorry. I was gonna pretend you didn't see that. It's gonna be real clever.
Oh, you had something there.
It's gonna be real.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna be like, James, you're a Lolo genius when you see this me actually do the move and not fuck it up. Now watch me get killed by like a Medusa. 5 times trying to get back to that point. So hold on. Okay.
So funny.
So, which one do I need? I need any number of these, really. There we go. Push this guy up. Okay, good. So that's there.
Okay.
That's there. Push that over to him. Push this over here, and then this guy. I mean, so many of these blocks can play so many roles. That's what we're also learning in this level, that, you know, the same tools can be used in a lot of different orders. Okay. Okay. Just have to remember, I get a lot of time when I egg a guy. Like, I don't have to be racing the clock here.
What does the dinosaur do again?
He will breathe fire once I get all the heart containers, just in the direction that he's looking. And the thing is, his killer shot is not as killer as the Medusa's. Like, the Medusa's, you're dead. With his, you can actually dodge his if you're far enough out. Like, you can run past it and time it and not get hit. Which is interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for him to go up. I'm gonna egg him. I'm gonna push that one out. Now I'm gonna push this one here. Now I don't have to worry about him anymore, because he's trapped. See? And then I can just go like this. And then look,
don't do anything too crazy
I
yet.
can just go down here. Oh fuck! Wait, I'm still screwed.
No. Wait.
You're right. I'm not.
Are you screwed?
No, I'm not.
Do you have any shots left?
I can go this way. I don't need shots. Shots are for.
Oh,
shots
James,
are for
you're
cowards.
doing it.
Now, can I get this without him shooting me? Yes, I can, because he shoots very slow. There we go.
It blew up his fireball that was coming at you as well too.
Let's go, low.
That was awesome. You know what that means? It probably could have blown up a Medusa bullet as well at the same time. You could probably be quick enough to grab it if the Medusa is in the way. No, I don't think you
can. I've done that in previous levels. The Medusa one is basically, like, it animates like darts, which is fun, you know, a bunch of darts shooting at you and killing you, but it's really like a laser beam. You're dead.
It's a railgun.
It's a railgun.
Quick railgun.
It's a quick railgun, and he never misses. So you gotta be careful with those ones.
We should play some Quake sometime.
I've probably already failed the level by just doing what I just did. But you know what?
Oh, absolutely, probably.
I'm doing it because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna block up a bunch of blocks that can't be moved anymore now. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't need all the blocks.
That's clearly the solution.
I found a new, like, 3. Oh fuck! There's a guy right there. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna go bonk and bonk, and then bonk's revenge. Oh, I shouldn't have put that there. Well, no, it's fine. I always say that. I shouldn't have put that there before I even know, like, what the solution is. I just pushed this one up too much as well. I mean, I've completely screwed up this level, but...
So not to go super deep into spoilers, which I'm not, but there's only 5 rooms in this level. James, I think you can do it. We could do this.
We could do this. We could get this done. Alright. Put those there, maybe? Oh, fuck. I gotta do these ones first.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Yeah. Now your glass block down 2 and to the right, you could put in front of that Medusa head.
Down.
The tree on the right. Yeah. Now go up one. Go up a little bit. Keep going. To the right.
Oh.
No, the other right. Yeah.
What? I don't know. I'm doing my thing.
Do your thing. It's all
I don't know
good.
what you're saying. I do have to get ones over here,
exactly that, but on the other side of the screen. Yeah,
okay,
that's what I was talking about. Okay.
I don't have any shots. I don't have any shots yet, though. That sucks. I was hoping to get some shots here, but
grab those hearts.
Yeah,
You'll get shots.
It's tough to get them.
The 2 hearts on the bottom. You can just grab them.
But there's
grab
minions. No, I'd have to egg those guys, or I could push a block
No.
away.
You're not gonna just grab it and get back on the grass.
Oh,
In and out.
I don't know. It seems dicey.
The 2 on the bottom of the screen? You could definitely do that.
Hold on, I've screwed this up.
Oh, don't do that. Oh my goodness.
I'm a wild man sometimes.
It's like, what you doing, buddy?
I don't know what to do. Oh no, I do have to put that one there because the other Medusa head. What I don't need is these ones anymore, so they can go here and here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
So these ones I can get.
Perfect.
These ones are easy.
The ones down below you can get too. Easy peasy.
No, I'd rather just like block him. Oh fuck! I just screwed that up though. I'd rather just block him. You know, then just make it safe. Dude, like that. No, I'll do the same
Okay.
to this guy. See, when I play these games, I play on the idea that these are a thinking man's game. I don't need to sweat this. I don't need to be like you know. I'm not playing Tetris and like learning new ways to hit the button faster here or something.
I see. Speedrunning Lolo.
Yeah, this is a thinking man's game.
I've been thinking about starting up the Tetris stream again, but focusing on those speed tapping moves.
Right.
I wanna practice that shit. It
Are
looks
you
so
gonna
cool.
do the drummer one? Do you play
Yeah,
drums? No,
well-
Owen plays drums, right?
Yes. We all play drums.
You all play drums? All right. Yeah. See, I'll do your. Oh.
Ah!
I thought it was so clever, and I didn't realize there's no grass on those ones. There's grass on these ones, but there's no grass on those other ones. All right. I definitely have to get into those though.
Look at that poor fucker. Please let me out.
Whatever. I'm just gonna grab all this shit. Rob him.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that's what you gotta do, and you'll probably get another bullet. Oh, never
I
mind.
haven't yet. They're real stingy with bullets.
Okay, you can do it
There
here.
we go. Oh,
There you go.
okay. That one
Bullets,
gave me 2.
bullets.
Great.
So it's the same thing. Gotta do the same thing.
But I need other things. Maybe those ones give me.
You'll probably get some bullets
too.
from it. I think they're feeding you this
no!
way. It looks like.
Oh,
Oh no!
Screwed myself.
Oh, poor Lolo. Oh, that sucks.
Wait. Okay. There's no point in
Okay, there you go. Right in the corner.
dilly-dallying. So for people who don't know, I can shoot a second shot at a guy who's already egged to blast him off the screen, which will cause him to respawn much later. So it kind of takes him out of action for a while. And in some of the levels, that's how you have to solve them, is by removing guys strategically. But it takes another shot, and as you can see, you never know when you're gonna get another shot, because it's definitely not from every heart. It's just whenever they want to give them to you. Ow! I shot without hitting him. Okay.
And the other thing with this game too is it's password saves.
Yeah.
And you can only grab the password in the overworld, I think. So you can only technically save at the beginning of each level.
You can
so you
quit
can't
out of
save
these. Yeah.
between rooms.
You can quit out
But,
of
like,
these
if
at any
you-
time, though.
But will you come back into room 4?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. But at least you can
Yeah.
get to your password when you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2
Yeah.
buttons. There's basically only 3 buttons in these games. Is your shot button, one button to restart the level, the other button to just escape from the current building that you're in or whatever. It's really weird to me because when you get the power-ups, they use your shot button as well. So you can... It's really annoying to me because you can accidentally shoot or accidentally use a power when you meant to shoot because it just uses them contextually. But it's like, just use the B button, guys. You have another button. Why put everything on the same button? It doesn't make any sense. You don't have to do this. Instead, the B button does nothing. All the B button does is when you're on the main map, it allows you to change from Lala to Lolo. And vice versa.
Again, like it's a product of this game is a product of the times. Absolutely. Like this is a late 80s video game in a lot of ways. And like I would imagine, this is me just throwing shit out of my ass, but like maybe these developers were arcade developers because there's still like a little bit of that
That
arcade.
was a closey. I almost got killed there.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
come on.
Ah.
All right. This one's really easy. This one's
Okay,
just like you just
okay.
have to do it. It's not really a puzzle one, which is kind of lame.
More of a twitch. It's like a Twitch puzzle.
Yeah. I don't like those ones. There's another one like this where you
Yeah,
just have to
me
like
neither.
run away from a guy for a long time, and I'm just like, just give me a puzzle to solve. I mean, I guess it gives a bit of variety. Although honestly, in Mole Mania, which is a game that I like a lot, my most hated part of that game is the action segments. But I always wanted to beat them because I wanted to like 100% the game. I usually don't give a shit about like 100%ing a game, but for whatever reason, because this is like a beat the levels game, it like got me to that headspace of like, I got 100% it, and so I had to beat all the action levels, and they're hard as fuck because like the actioniness of that game is not the strength of that game. It controls very awkwardly, very weird. It's very, very difficult. and not in like a fun way, just in a like, I hate the controls of this game way. So it's not very fun. Which is a shame because
I think of the last game that I actually
just
100%ed.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, the bushes don't just stop them from moving. It also like stops them from seeing you, because he can see me through the heart container, but he can't see me through the grass. Like these guys, I think they don't. Oh no, I'm wrong. They can totally see me through the grass. Okay, never mind. Forget I said that. Not a mechanic. Alright. Just gotta time these guys right and not get killed by that other guy when I come out. Oh, I should have done this guy last. I just screwed myself.
Yeah.
Because I gotta get the chest
over there. Yeah.
See these levels, it's
okay,
just like...
This is it. You got this one though, right?
I got
like,
this one. Yeah. When I was playing earlier levels, I had this thing where I would like yell when I was trying to do one of these like dexterity style ones, and then I would always fail them until I was like, all right, I just have to stop yelling. I just have to be calm, and then I would always beat it on the one where I was just calm.
Yeah, no,
some of them I beat by yelling.
Too stressed out. I get too stressed out for this stuff when you have to do pure dexterity. Like, I'm not good at platformers. I'm sorry.
Lolo's not a dex style guy. Look at him. He's a little pudgy.
Yeah.
He's a little pudgy guy. So stop making him run.
Now if you can roll.
God.
Oh.
This is just painful viewing for people. I promise I will get it this time. If not, you can turn the stream off. I won't be mad. You can switch over to Dr. Disrespect. See some real gameplay.
No.
See the 2-time fucking beat some Lolo.
Alright, this is the one. I can see it coming already.
What you can be guaranteed is that on this stream, we will not be advertising Shungite, so...
That's I don't even know what that is.
It's good that you don't want to know. Come on!
Oh, James, you got this. Okay.
I got this. I'm gonna get it this time. See, there's no puzzle to this one. Last time, you wanted me to fucking white knuckle it on that last one, where I didn't even need to. I was able to smartly, through technique.
Yeah, but that was just like a quick little like dip in, dip out kind of thing and get it. Here
I should have done it. It would have prepared me for this. See, this is why I'm failing at this one. Is because I skipped the early training.
What we need here is some
I'm gonna wait for him to go all the way back.
Bullet time.
Yes.
And then I think we'd actually be good.
I'm so tense. Okay, he's gonna come forward.
Just gotta shoot him real quick.
Come on.
Get it, shoot.
It's hard. It's really tough. It's not fun.
Oh wait, you didn't even have any bullets there.
No, I get the bullet from getting the heart.
That one heart gives you the bullet right away?
I think so. Let's
just grab it right now.
Oh, that's why I'm dying. I don't have the shot. You're right. I have to get the one on the other side. But that's dumb.
No, that gave you I think it gave you a shot. Pick it up right away.
No, it doesn't.
Kill yourself right here.
0.
Oh shit.
I had one from the other one. I have to get this one. This is the one that gives you the shots.
Yeah, go grab it. Okay, that got you too. Yeah. Oh, of course they did it. Those sneaky bastards. God damn you, Hal.
That shouldn't be like that. The other one should have it. Because now I gotta run for the chest.
That's so mean.
This level's all about making Lolo run, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not about it. It's been a hard pandemic. He's out of shape. Don't make him run. I mean, goddamn.
Adventures of Lolo 4. I'm over this shit.
Okay. At least this one's easy, because this one... until I screw it up anyway. I got overconfident, because I was like, oh, the only reason I was missing it was the... because I wasn't getting a shot. The phantom shot.
I wonder if you grab it and leave.
Just run?
Yeah, like, instead of getting those other 2 hearts. And then, like, is he going to run over the chest?
Oh.
He'll run through the chest, right? Or will the chest stop him?
Maybe it doesn't. I mean, we'll test that now.
Yeah, go real quick.
Yeah, the chest does stop him.
Oh,
there we go.
Now we're talking.
See, we were making a bad assumption. Luckily, I had Derek here as my other set of eyes, and my other set.
No, you already fucked up though.
We had I have all these other neuro pathways that are inside of Derek's brain, And the only reason that we think that we're two different people is because those neurons aren't actually connected to each other, right? But I can try to connect them through language. And then,
My neurons are telling me that you've already messed up a little bit, though.
why? What?
You missed the heart. You missed the heart
no.
on the bottom right.
All right, I missed one. At least we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
At least I'm not on a fool's errand anymore of thinking that I'm like, oh, I'm not pressing the button right when I just don't have shots. Because they fooled me with their damn, being so picky as to what hearts give you shots.
What's the matter, James? You don't know the exact order that the game designers want you to walk this tile set on?
If only they had visually communicated that to me in some way by maybe making the bullet ones look different. Or have some way to reveal them or something. Alright.
Again, this is the Dark Souls of puzzle games.
I'm putting this guy on blast. Alright. Now I'm putting this guy on blast. Yeah!
Alright.
Just in time.
Alright.
There.
Look at that. Oh, man.
Whoa, who's this guy?
Last level.
We
Last
got a
level.
New guy. I don't know who this guy is.
He kind of looks like looks like you.
He does kind of look like me.
Not you, but
like
Lolo.
He kind of looks like James Edward Smith. He kind of look. I was gonna say he looks like whatever the toxic waste Pokemon is. I forget his name. Sludgemo.
Oh, what's his name? Not like Gunk or something.
Nobody ever picks him. Gonk. I think his name is Gonk. He was in Star Wars. He was in Marvel's Star Wars. What does this guy do? Oh, it's just the regular guys. I've just never really paid attention to them when they're looking straight down. Muck.
His name is Muck, and I feel terrible for not realizing that. I'm sorry, Muck.
I missed my opportunity
Wherever you are.
to egg this guy, and now I gotta wait for him to fucking run his 2K before he comes back. Okay, there. Oh, I've screwed myself anyway, though. Alright. Great. Okay. This time, we're gonna do it right. Okay. So now, push this down. Meow. Do I have to keep egging this guy? I think I have to keep egging this guy. Yeah. Alright. Go up here. Push this down here. This is kind of a fun one.
Yep. Ooh.
Okay, and then... Ooh, wait. Oh, no!
Oh, no!
I have to go on the chest. Now that we know the chest blocks on, we can do that.
The middle heart is going to be a motherfucker.
The hard one? That's the real...
You might have to...
Men from boy separator.
I don't know how you're going to do that one.
I'll find a way. I always find a way. I always beat every level.
We'll have to just book it, I guess.
I've never looked up a solution to any of these levels either.
Good for you.
These are easy. Just don't.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, you can just book it.
Oh, no. I gotta wait for him. Oh, I have an additional shot, though. I'm fine.
Okay.
I just need to wait for him to come back.
Down there.
And then I just need to shoot him. Hopefully he comes back.
Shoot him!
Oh, no. I've jacked myself. He's never gonna come back now because the thing is blocking him. Okay,
so he broke his path.
We have to do it. We have to do it all in one go. This is another action level.
That's interesting.
Jerks. This is an action game, Dare. Did you know that? We're playing an action game. If this was on the old cart box styles, this would be action adventure.
So it might be mended.
This would be action adventure right here. Alright. Boom. Okay. So we gotta do this, and then I gotta grab all this shit, and then I gotta shoot this guy again. Okay, there we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Yeah, and now I don't care about anything.
Yes! You did it!
There's probably a boss.
Level 5!
Look,
there might be a boss, yeah.
Oh god!
You did infinite shots, just shoot him.
Oh, okay. It's not even... Oh.
Shoot him in the face.
Wait, I think I have to shoot him when he's not spinning. And I also have to not be too chicken to do it.
If I remember correctly, all these bosses are...
Yeah, there we go.
Not the best.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to really be the best part of the game, to be honest. But, I mean,
again,
it's a change.
Not
it's
the most
different.
fun to actually play.
I want to put some bosses in my game that I'm working on right now, but I'm going to make them actually good and actually use the regular mechanics of the game.
Oh, pew, pew, pew. Yeah, I kicked that egg.
See, I don't like bosses that don't use, like, the mechanics of the game proper. You know what I mean? Like, oh, fight this boss. It's totally different than playing the rest of the game. I'm not really into that.
Right. Yeah. This one boss fight's just like Smash TV.
Yeah.
You know, that game you've been playing this whole time.
That game that you're totally ready to play now. All right. Well,
yeah,
we beat a
it's
level.
pretty weird.
I think that's a good
We did.
spot. A good spot to close off on. Some food for thought.
Man, this was fun. You know what? As much as we've been joking about this not necessarily being a super fun game, I still love it.
It's fun.
I love this game. I don't love the gameplay, but I love the adrenaline and the endorphins that you get when you finally tick past one of those levels.
I'm
Even
telling
just
you, man,
watching you play
try out playing the demo of Puzzle Depot.
Yeah.
Otto's still working on it. He's gonna get it out. He has like a lot more done in it too now as well. There's like there's like additional characters. There's all this crazy shit. But yeah, no, try that out, and I'm telling you, it'll give you the same feeling again. What was so great about that game was that when he was doing the original Kickstarter, if you had the demo, every week of the Kickstarter, there would be a new challenge level that you could play, but just like opening up the demo, it would like auto update, and there was a new challenge level you could play, and there was like a leaderboard, and because this was just like a little indie game that was being like Kickstarter or whatever, there wasn't that many people playing it, and so it was awesome because I would play the challenge level and it would be so hard, and then I would beat it. I'd be like, yes, I got it, and then I would look at the leaderboard, and there would be somebody with like less than half my moves to beat the level. And I'd be like, fuck. Or there'd be somebody that did a better job than me, but by just like 5 moves. So I'd go, okay,
Right.
I gotta go in and do it, because I didn't really care how many moves I did it in. I just wanted to figure out the level, you know what I mean? But then I would go back, I would see if I could match their steps, and then I'd be like, oh cool, I matched their steps. Yeah, okay, I know how to do it. And then we'd wait like 2 days, and some guy would have like we would have done it in like 35 moves or something. We'd come back in 2 days, some guy's done it in like 18. And we're like, fuck. So now there's like a totally different way to play the level, because like something I was talking about before is that these games are about solving the level. Another interesting thing you can do is you can have multiple solutions, but like intentional multiple solutions where they're like very different, where it's like if you do something the sort of straightforward way, you get it done in more moves, but then there's like a new like clever way that you can actually do it like way faster by just like being like, oh, like just take a bunch of damage and then grab this thing, it's just enough health so that you don't die, and then go this other way and then get out that way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like think outside the box kind of solution, you know what I mean? And so that was really cool. But like I swear there was one level where it was like I was at like 30, somebody was at like 26, and then I was like, shit. And then I finally figured out how to get the 26. Then somebody was at 18. I was like, what? And then later on, somebody beat that same level with 8 moves. And we were like, motherfucker, like, how did you do it in 8? That's ridiculous. And then, like, I think he posted a video of it, and we were just like, you motherfucker, like, that's crazy.
I mean, that's cool when a game sort of forces you to chase that level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not I lost my webcam. Not even completion, but like that level of mastery.
I thought I could move my window. I can't.
Where am I?
You're back.
Am I in the camera? Okay. It forces you to achieve that level of mastery, right? Where you're like, nah, we could take one step off this. I bet I could take one step somewhere, you know? And that constant like march backwards towards like a for real completionist kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say try Puzzle Depot. You can get it off itch or whatever. And try Mole Mania for Game Boy. It's a little, like I said, it's a little slow. I feel like the pacing could have been sped up a little bit at the start just to kind of hold interest better. But if you stick with it and you get through that first world and you start getting to the other mechanics like the elbow pipes and stuff like that. And my other problem with it is that the mechanics of it are not super intuitive and are not explained very well. Like they feel very awkward until you kind of get used to them, how you like throw stuff and stuff like that. But once you get used to them, then you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. But yeah, really, really fun game. Really, really fun puzzles. Yeah, very fun to solve.
Cool. I will check it out.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Derek.
James,
I
this was
wanted to
awesome.
Talk to you about Lolo.
Can I come on some other time and talk more about Lolo sometime?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out if you want to come on. Yeah, maybe I'll like. Yeah, I'll see. I'll have to do some planning. I want it to make sense, and I want it to be worth your time.
People will get in touch with my people. You know, we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. This is definitely one of the more fun episodes than just me like being like, oh, I'm doing this too early in the morning or too late at night to play a intense, mind testing game.
If you're gonna do it late at night, you need a co-pilot. That's how it goes.
You definitely need a co-pilot. You need help. Yeah, because it's like I don't want. The whole fun is in solving it, you know what I mean? But I feel like with just the right amount of help, when it's both of you and neither of you knew how to do it beforehand, then it's fun. If someone already knows the answer and they just tell you, then that sucks. But it's just like,
for sure.
If you're at least there while somebody figures it out, then it's still kind of, you kind of live vicariously through that, I think.
It's the thing, right? This game isn't fun. It's the wall that you hit your head into, and then you finally crack your head through that wall.
It's not fun until it is. That's the way it is.
Exactly.
Like so many other games,
they
lure you in with the fact that it's like the barrier, the thresholds you have to get to for it to be fun are like much sooner and much like smaller and easy to get to. Like you can get traction in other games. You can feel like you're doing something and you can kind of get that feeling of accomplishment. But in Lolo, it's like until you solve that puzzle, you ain't doing shit. So you got to at least get through a level before you really.
I mean,
fun.
it's rewarding, but it's not fun, right? If you want to start looking at games to put on a pedestal of games that should exist for the sake of existing, not for the sake of them being fun, this might even be a good one to take a look at for that argument, right? Like, it's not fun. It's nothing fun happening here.
I would argue it's just a different kind of fun, and it's really made me think of like what is fun, like actually, like at sort of like a psychological and biological like inner workings of the brain level. And it's kind of interesting. I want to keep looking at it. I want to actually do some reading of some people instead of just me guessing. And see if there's actually anybody that's started doing this, at least from like a psychology or like, you know, neuroscience point of view, or if there's even some academics, you know, doing their PhDs in like game studies and stuff like that that have actually already started to look at this stuff. Because I feel like a lot of people, they do research stuff more on like methods of game design, which are always based in a sort of like, oh, let's understand like what is actually fun in the first place point. But it's just like I don't know, I just thought it was like an interesting exercise to kind of explore this thing and see like why do I like it and why does it feel so different from the other games I used to play. Because, you know, when I was a kid, I'd always just play like platformers or like something like an RPG where, you know, the narrative is kind of bringing me through it and that kind of thing. Like I'm getting to kind of feel like I'm thinking and like I'm being clever by like what am I doing in battle, what is my party makeup, like I'm making decisions. But it's like in Lolo, like it's really putting your ass up against the wall of like you got to figure this out, otherwise there's not gonna be any fun for you. You can't pretend that you're doing a good job. Anyway, thanks again, Derek.
Well, hey, anytime, James. This has been great.
Also, thanks for always grabbing these and doing the tedious work of grabbing them and uploading them, because I don't have any of the accounts.
No problem.
All right. What scene do I want to jump to here? Hold on. Ciao, everybody.
Where's my box gag? I'm in a box.
You can't do the box gag anymore. I'm going to the end screen as soon as I find it. I have too many scenes in my OBS now. There we go. Bye, everybody.
Bye.